This is so cute. I'm getting on the side now. I like this.
Look at that Alfonso Ribeiro
in the car.
in his third season as host of ABC's America's Funniest Home Video, a show that's been running now, wow, for 28 seasons.
His third season as host, though,
third.
and I imagine it's a laugh every day when you're on set.
I say this all the time, but honestly, it's like to go to work and laugh every day. There is nothing better.
True.
Nothing. And I get to enjoy it with my kids, and they come, and I've got to do all the voiceovers for the videos, and so they send me the videos. I sit at home, I put it on the computer. Both my boys will come, they'll sit on my lap, and we'll laugh as I do my work.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better for me as a family guy, and you get to look at these people do incredibly funny,
things.
silly, stupid things.
My thing is, when
great.
somebody else laughs hard, like a real laugh, I don't care what I'm looking at, I laugh.
You wanna laugh. Yeah.
Like,
It's
I
infectious.
get sucked in. Wait, what's going
What
on
is
here?
that?
They're in a car wash, and
the
they
car
realize that the car is not very sealed.
Oh, that's not going to end
Yeah,
well.
it didn't. So there's a lot of water.
Oh.
And
Look at
kids'
surprise.
reactions are the best. Watch this
Priceless.
one. This is great.
Oh
this
my
is great.
gosh. This is funny.
What's happening too? What is it? Mama, that's in my ear.
Now,
We
you
love
have
that.
a 2- and a 4-year-old.
Yes.
Do they do things? Do you capture them on video? Are you that dad?
We do capture a little bit. I think by the end of this season, I've been teasing this for 3 years, but I think we're finally going to put together a package of my family's,
cute.
funniest videos. We've got a few. My wife almost posted one the other day. I was like, no!
Save it. Don't give it away.
Don't give it away. We have to make sure that we have this for the package. Don't give it away. So yeah, I mean, we're constantly, videotaping the kids. My wife has the camera with her more often than I
love
do.
the superhero Halloween.
Yes, we had to be superheroes, the littlest ones. I'll tell you, the best part of the night for me for Halloween was after we went trick-or-treating, we went back to our house, and my older son, AJ, wanted to give away candy. So we opened up the door, turned on all the lights. I hid behind the door, and he sat there for an hour and a half giving people candy.
that.
Trick or treat, happy Halloween. I was so proud of him. Like, what 4-year-old wants to give away candy?
Yeah.
Right? Makes no sense. But I was very proud.
You're
It's
teaching
great.
him well. You're teaching him all the right
my wife
things.
must be doing a great job.
Was he the one in the ballroom with you the other night?
Yes,
Both kids weren't there,
yes.
right? Just your oldest.
My oldest one sat in the ballroom.
Yeah.
My littlest one came for the dress rehearsal because he had absolutely never seen me on stage do anything.
Are they like, is that my dad?
He was kind of like, what's he doing up there? And but AJ, during our season, he was in the audience every show. But it was fun. It was fun having them back in the ballroom again and playing with them. It was great.
And let
Great.
me tell you, this was a huge dance. I mean, the jive is not easy. How sore were you just getting back in shape for this?
So the first day I finished rehearsal, I had to get on a plane and go to Chicago to do an event. And I got off the plane, I took a red eye. I got off the plane and I realized I might not be able to get off the plane. And then I went to a hotel and I slept until I had to get up. And I woke up and I was like, I might need to quit.
Because you're back.
My whole body. I had never been in that much pain because of the fact that they're in week 8 or week 9 and you're coming in, right? And they're already in shape, rocking and rolling. And you're like, I've been kind of with my trainer, kind of doing stuff,
Yeah.
but you can never get into dance shape quick enough.
But you're the champ,
Yeah,
so
well,
it's
that-
expected.
you
Yeah, but there were a lot of
Stink as
champs
the
coming
champ.
back, so I had to try to do the best I could. And the worst part of it though was literally right before show. We're backstage, and my littlest one, we were letting him kind of run some energy out, and then he decided to make a right and go toward where the cars are coming.
Oh, no.
And I had to
Oh, wow.
like go and twerk my back.
Right before?
my gosh.
Like right before show. So I'm having Gina, the therapist, work on my back, and I'm like, I can't breathe right before show, and I'm like,
what
and
happened?
everybody's
Amazing.
looking at me like Whitney and Frankie are like, I'm like this. I'll be all right. Just trust me.
Well, we've
I'll
seen
make
that
it.
throughout the season, and when your season too, everybody seems to have that pre-show injury,
Yeah.
and then that adrenaline hits, and they're smooth on the floor.
The one thing you realize is adrenaline.
Yeah.
And I knew that, listen, if I'm going to be in pain throughout, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and you show up. That's what you have to do. And I didn't want to be a letdown for Frankie, so I wanted to make sure that I delivered the best performance that I could with him. And I felt like we did a fantastic job. I love what Frankie and Whitney have been doing
Yeah.
this season.
Right?
Frankie has been kicking butt. He works harder than anyone who's ever worked on the show. So last season, Rashad Jennings, who won, they said had the record for the most amount of hours ever rehearsed on the show.
Rashad did?
Rashad did. My season, they only let you rehearse 5 hours a day max. You could not go more.
Wow.
They've been doing 13 and 14-hour days. He gets to the studio first thing in the morning and is there until nighttime and beyond and just keeps going.
That's what I
love the
love.
fact that he
Their
wants
work
it that
ethic.
much.
And then Whitney even says, we are loving this. Keep us on. And
Yeah.
to watch him get so good. What's your
Yeah.
history with him? Because
Well, I used to race cars, and he raced cars for a while, and so we've raced against each other. It's like a fraternity of racers. Like once you get into that world, you kind of know everybody. You hang out. I mean, we've hung out with the Andretti's, and I think when Marco Andretti turned 21, he had a birthday party in Vegas. We were with him then, and so we've known each other through the years, which was fun to kind of get back and hang.
Got to ask you about the judges table because we would like to see that. Have you ever been asked? Would you go
I
back?
did it one
You
time.
Did it once.
I did judge one time, and I think I went into it with the wrong perspective when I did it. Well, I always feel like I want to help people. Right,
Yeah.
rather than
Critique.
the show, right? I wanted to be can I tell you if you did this, you could be better if you thought about it this way.
But I like that. You're being a mentor.
Well,
in a way.
I thought that, but the audience didn't agree.
Really?
As much.
They want a Bruno.
They
I
wanted me to be oh my God, you're awesome, you're great, just keep being great. And, they kind of want you to be a fan judge, not a judge that's actually trying to help.
But you're great because as a real contestant, you could say, hey, I know what with that second dance, do that knee thing or do that flip thing.
Well, I was trying to help that way, and I was trying to give people insight to kind of the journey and maybe things to think about that had nothing to do necessarily with dance, right? It was because I always say the show is 50% dance and 50% who you are and how you present yourself and what they see of you and how you make them feel, right? Jordan Fisher is by far the best male dancer physically the show has ever had.
Ever.
He is fantastic. But he doesn't make me feel anything.
I feel everything when he dances.
So I'm just saying, when he's dancing, he's on. But I'm saying the
I feel it all.
other 50%, right, is where Frankie makes you feel something. Lindsay Sterling makes you feel something. Victoria Arlen makes you
let the
feel
audience
something.
They're
in.
coming from a place of disadvantage in some way because they didn't have. He kind of came into it already being a little bit of a
He danced his whole life, did gymnastics.
Yes.
He's physically advanced, and so but you have to make people feel. And I felt so I just watch him and I go, oh my God, you can't touch that.
Yeah.
What he does on the floor, you can't touch, but the show is half and half. And you have to make
true.
people feel.
It's
And so
so
when I
true.
was judging, what I was trying to do is talk about the other half.
See, I like that. I think that would be
got
great.
kind of misconstrued into Mr. Know-It-All.
I think
Well,
we need you up there.
Alfonso, I think they need you back.
Oh, thank you.
America's Funniest Home Videos. Meantime, air Sundays at 8 on ABC.
Tell your family we said hello and bring the kiddos
Great to
next
see
time.
you guys.